But let's move on to more racing and topic number 6, F1 back to Baku. And hey, Coach Duarte's a history teacher, so he was going to ask me. He tried to check to see if I knew where Azerbaijan was. Of course I know where Azerbaijan was, and I know the history of the country too. But that's a totally different story. But yeah, man, F1 back to Baku, one of the most exciting tracks on the calendar. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait. And hey, practice number 1 is on Friday, and I will be watching. Coach Duarte, let's hear it.
Yeah, I was actually really impressed that you could even pronounce Azerbaijan. Never know, like, find it on a map, considering every other name you just absolutely massacre. But yeah, no, listen, this is, in my opinion, this is the most exciting racing to watch. It in my very humble, very narrow-minded, ignorant on racing take, this is by far the coolest race to watch, okay? And it is nice to see, and I'm sorry to bring my history teacher in here, but it is nice to see in a country like Azerbaijan, which nobody really knows where it is or knows that it exists. It's been under, it was under the communist veil for a really long time. They used to have the Grand Prix championship there, then they moved it over to Korea for a while, and now they brought it back. It's, like you said, it is dynamic, it is exciting, it is like heart pumping, and there's a lot of great competition. And I know you got your boy. I get it, okay? And I'm probably gonna get all those other, F1 people upset with me too. But I got a little bold take here too, because of all of the recent races that are going on at this track, no one's talking about my boy Charles Leclerc, okay? He's the only one who has set the record multiple times on this course, okay? So listen, I get it. You have to do 51 laps. I understand, Coach Duarte. I understand like the racing part of that. But if you're telling me that this guy, Charles Leclerc from Monaco, by the way, another country that a lot of people doesn't even know exists, but from Monaco, who is able to, again, get a track record on 2 separate occasions, all right? How could you not be a favorite to win, right? Now, listen, he didn't win the pole. I understand that. He didn't win the pole, but you don't need the pole. You don't need the pole to win. And if I'm a betting man, which I am, I would probably put some money on my boy, Charles Leclerc.
Honestly, I think that's a good pick. And somehow your video and audio is coming through bonus right now because you're coming through awesome. So I'm loving it right now. The show's really about to take off. But yeah, I would honestly say that's a really great take, honestly. First off, we are right. Not many people know about Azerbaijan. Not many people know about the capital city of Baku. And so this brings some light, certainly to their country and certainly to the city. But man, is it an exciting street course, okay? So it's tight. The barriers are tight. If you make one mistake, you are putting it into the barriers, okay? And there is one really tight section that goes around they call it the old city. And it's literally the oldest part of the city, and there's a castle section. In the castle section, it is so tight, there is no room for error. If you make a mistake, you will put it into the wall. A couple years ago, your boy, Charles Leclerc, put it into the wall, into that section in practice, okay? But it's one of those things, and I think he might have did it in qualifying as well, but he has gone on to have some great races there, and especially in F2, he had some great races there. But I agree, honestly, after what happened to Charles Leclerc in Monaco with the mechanical failure where he couldn't start from pole, I'm expecting him to bounce back in this Grand Prix and have himself an amazing drive and drive the wheels off that Ferrari. But my pick, obviously, is going to be Lewis Hamilton. I'm expecting Mercedes to bounce back. They're always strong on the Baku street circuit. With not only Lewis Hamilton, but Valtteri Bottas is going to have himself in the mix. A couple years ago, he was leading the race, and he had a puncture, and Lewis went on to win that race, but it would have been Valtteri's day without that puncture. So I'm expecting a 1-2 out of Mercedes here with Max Verstappen sniffing around the podium like he always does, but expect Charles Leclerc to be up there in his Ferrari, top 5, maybe even top 4. And I agree, man. I love that call. Charles Leclerc is honestly one of my favorite drivers. I know I've been getting some guff from Max Verstappen fans over the last few weeks, but I gave Max his props. He is going to be an F1 champion. But if I have to pick one of my favorite young guns, it's not going to be Max Verstappen. It's going to be Charles Leclerc first, and it's going to be George Russell second. Those are going to be your next up-and-coming stars that are going to be challenging the likes of Max Verstappen for years to come. But guess what? Like I've said it many a times, the king is still here. The king is still here. Lewis Hamilton, expect Lewis Hamilton to bounce back and win this Grand Prix going forward. So, Mikey, closing thoughts on the F1 race at Baku.
Yeah, no, Verstappen's a great pick too. Like the Red Bull team is they're tough. They're absolutely tough. And
Yep.
I would, if I were to pick 1, 2, 3, he would probably be number 2 for me. I still got Hamilton on the at third there. But listen, he's a past winner, and there's experience there, and you can't. And listen, Max is young. He's really, really young. So,
Yep.
Lewis has got the years on him. He's got a little bit of miles, especially on that course. And again, you made the mention. I was going to mention it about Charles Leclerc before, about him losing his drive shaft right at the pole last race. That's got to be embarrassing and really, really tough. So I think agreed that he's going to come out guns a-blazing. It's going to be exciting to see. And honestly, it's really good for the people of Azerbaijan. Think about it. You're bringing in money. You're bringing in notability. You're bringing in notoriety. You're bringing in all of these eyes on a country that normally wouldn't even get, a sniff in the mail. You know what I mean? So this is really, really nice to see.
This is one of the most exciting races to watch just based off of pure racing. There's so many spots on this course to be able to pull an overtake and pull it clean and to pull it at high speed, okay? So I'm telling you, fans, if you're going to watch any race this year, this is the race to watch because they will be pulling speeds of up to maybe 215 to 220 miles an hour down that main straight, battling each other in slipstream. So, man, I can't wait until the F1 Grand Prix at Baku this weekend. And, yeah, hey, let's shed some light on Baku. Bring the city of Baku into light, baby.
Big
All
up,
right, hey,
Baku.
yeah, big ups to Baku. Big ups to Baku.